Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Diego Castro. President Marcos further emphasized strengthening ties with both Washington and Beijing on the last day of his official working visit to the U.S. The president earlier attended wreath-laying ceremony at the tomb of the unknown soldier in Washington. This to honor American soldiers who fought to protect the freedom of the United States. Marcos Jr. then proceeded to the CSIS ASEAN Leadership Forum, where he discussed the need to evolve the alliance between the U.S. and the Philippines. This in order for the two countries' alliance to adapt with emerging threats to security besides those of military nature.
National security is no longer simply about territorial defense. Economic security is national security. We continue to work on finding synergies and aligning our efforts to sustain our economic momentum and secure inclusive development by expanding cooperation in key areas such as agriculture, energy, infrastructure.
The president also touched upon improving communications with China to be able to address tensions within the disputed territory more efficiently. Following his visit in Washington, Marcos will fly to the United Kingdom to attend the coronation of King Charles III.
To avoid these instances, I suggested that we institute a system wherein we have a direct contact, one president to the other. And in that way, no matter if I cannot speak, for example, to President Xi himself, I have someone that I can pick up the phone and call who I know and I have confidence in making my message arrive to the president. And this works, of course, both ways.
74 more Filipinos from war-torn Sudan have been repatriated to the Philippines on Thursday. This brings the total number of Filipinos repatriated from Sudan to 182. Out of the 74, 44 were OFWs, 7 were students, 17 were children, and 6 were babies. The Department of Migrant Workers assures repatriates who lost their jobs that they will be assisted through the agency's reintegration program.
Meron tayong iba't ibang klaseng programa na pinamigay at ipamimigay pa po para sa kanilang tinatawag na reintegration services mula po sa DMW.
The agency also vows to provide financial assistance to affected OFWs. Another batch of Filipinos from Sudan are expected to return to the Philippines tomorrow.
For financial assistance, nagbigay po ngayon ang DMW sa bawat isa sa kanila ng halagang 50,000 pesos for each OFW. Pag uwi nila sa kanilang mga probinsya, meron silang additional na financial assistance na matatanggap na sa halagang 50,000 pesos.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Visitations have temporarily been suspended at the Bilibid as at least 55 inmates tested positive for the coronavirus. 30 out of 400 persons deprived of liberty, or PDLs, who underwent an antigen test on Thursday were positive. Aside from this, 9 others returned positive COVID results out of 174 tested yesterday. Among the employees of the maximum compound of the NBP, 1 turned out positive. Prison congestion and extreme heat are among the reasons seen for re-emergence of positive cases inside Bilibid. For now, makeshift tents have been put up to serve as isolation facilities for the patients.
We are continuously monitoring the situation. Di ba dito sa maximum, 4 na quadrant yan eh. And they are about 18,000. No? Hindi namin ma-avoid ngayon yung overcrowding kasi congested nga yung ano natin maximum. Lahat ng mga gwardiya natin, pag napansin yung may paubo-ubo, may cough, whatever, test ka agad.
In other news, the Trade Department is ramping up its monitoring of vape shops and online sellers. The DTI and the Valenzuela LGU shut down 2 vape shops in the city and confiscated several products for violating the vape law. Some of the vape shops were located close to schools, while others had no business permits. Some of the vape products being sold also had no graphic health warnings, which is against the law. Valenzuela Mayor West Gatchalian said they're not trying to ban the sale of vape products, but it needs to be regulated.
We found out na marami pong mga backyard industry ang tawag ko dito. Tulad ito, nakikita nyo na ho ito. Ito po yung nangupahan lang sa isang maliit na sulok sa labas ng eskwelahan dahil alam nila, estudyante po ang pwede nilang biktima. Hindi naman po natin pinagbabawalan, wala naman pong masamang magbenta dahil ito po ay cessation product. Meaning po cessation product, ito po ang alternatibo para sa mga taong nalulod na sa pagsisigarilyo. Kailangan ho natin i-regulate.
The 2023 Southeast Asian Games is set to open today. But ahead of that, several of the country's athletes have already begun competing in their respective sports. Over in men's volleyball, the Philippines started their campaign with a loss as they bowed to defending champions Indonesia in straight sets. The Philippine team is still not out of contention, but the game with Cambodia will determine the fate of Team Philippines, as a win will keep them in the hunt for a podium finish. Moving on to women's football, Filipinas fell short to Myanmar after a late goal in the 89th minute. The World Cup-bound Filipinas will face Malaysia next on Saturday before meeting defending champion Vietnam on May 9. While it hasn't been the best of starts for the country, there's still some good news. We officially have our first gold medal in the SEA Games. This was courtesy of Kayla Napolis in the Jiu-Jitsu Women's Newaza Nogi 52kg event. She defeated hometown hero Jessica Khan in the finals on Thursday. Prior to winning the gold, Napolis defeated her foes from Singapore, Thailand, and Vietnam. We also have a bronze medal finish courtesy of Harvey Navarro and Carl Navarro in the Jiu-Jitsu men's duo event. And that's it for this hour. Join us again at 7:45 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Diego Castro. We are One News, all sides, all the time.